Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into something pretty important, why some people seem to stay financially stuck, even when things might actually be looking up a bit.
Exactly. We're looking at this piece called The Broke Mentality, how your mindset is keeping you poor.
Catchy title.
It is. And it makes a strong claim right off the bat. It's often not just bad luck keeping people broke. It's their mindset.
Okay, so this deep dive is really for anyone listening who wants to get those quick insights, maybe understand their own situation better, or just figure out what drives financial outcomes. That aha moment.
Precisely. The core argument isn't that being broke is permanent. Far from it. But staying broke. The source argues that often comes down to this specific broke mentality.
It says, not everyone who's broke stays broke because of bad luck. A lot of the time, it's the mindset. That's pretty direct.
Very direct. So we need to unpack what that actually looks like.
Right, let's do it. What are the signs? What characterizes this broke mentality?
Well, one big thing is simply not tracking your money. Like having no real clue where it's actually going.
Just kind of drifts away.
Yeah, exactly. The source talks about leaking wealth. Think about maybe forgotten subscriptions or grabbing Ubers all the time, that expensive daily coffee.
Guilty as charged on the coffee sometimes.
Right. We all do it. But the point is, if you don't track it, you can't manage it. The author really emphasizes respecting your money no matter how little you think you have.
Respecting your money. I like that. Okay, so tracking is one. What else?
Language, the words we use, huge.
How so?
Well, think about the phrase, I can't afford it. It just stops everything, doesn't it? It's like hitting a wall mentally.
Yeah, conversation over, problem accepted.
Exactly. But the source suggests flipping that. Ask, how can I afford it? It totally changes the game. It makes you look for solutions, for possibilities. It's empowering.
That's a powerful shift. From victim to, problem solver. Interesting. The source also mentioned something about different ways of thinking about money, like consumer versus producer.
Spot on. The broke mentality often gets stuck in consumer thinking, which tends to focus only on cutting back, right? Playing defense.
Saving pennies, clipping coupons, that kind of thing.
Yeah, which isn't bad in itself, but it's only half the picture. A wealth-building mindset or a producer mindset focuses more on playing offense, generating more value, creating more income.
Okay. So it's not just about stopping the leaks, it's about increasing the flow.
Precisely. It's about growth, actively looking for ways to earn more, not just spend less.
And does it give ideas on how to generate more value?
It does. It talks about prioritizing long-term value over short-term gratification. That quick dopamine hit from buying new sneakers versus investing in yourself.
Dopamine versus value. Okay.
Right. So instead of just buying stuff, invest in assets that grow. And the best assets, arguably, are skills. Things like marketing, sales, coding was mentioned, public speaking, leadership.
Skills that actually increase your earning potential over time, unlike the sneakers.
Exactly. Those skills appreciate. Most purchases depreciate the second you buy them. It's about building real, lasting value.
That makes a lot of sense. Invest in abilities.
Yeah.
Now, what about the people around us? Does that play a role?
Oh, absolutely. Environment matters. The piece points out that surrounding yourself with people who are constantly broke or negative about money or fearful, it can really drag you down. It reinforces that broke mentality.
Like attracts like, I guess.
Kind of. So the advice is to actively seek out winners, people with a more positive, abundant mindset. And you don't necessarily need to know them personally.
How do you mean?
You can find them through books, podcasts, interviews, absorbing their way of thinking. Mentorship can come in many forms.
Soaking up that positive mindset. Okay, so bringing it all together. What's the ultimate connection the source makes between this mindset stuff and, the actual numbers in your bank account?
It's pretty blunt about it. It says your bank account is a reflection of your belief system.
Wow.
Yeah. The idea is that our internal world, our thoughts, our beliefs about money and possibility ultimately creates our external financial reality.
Yeah.
So if you want to change the reality,
You got to start with the mindset. Upgrade the belief system.
that's the core message. You need to upgrade your thinking.
And how do they suggest we actually do that? Is there a practical step?
It comes down to conscious effort, acting differently. The advice is literally stop thinking like you're broke. And even more, start moving like you're wealthy even before the money shows up.
Act as if.
In a way, yes. It's about embodying that different mindset through your actions and decisions. The final thought in the piece is powerful. Once you get your mind right, the money always follows.
So the big takeaway for everyone listening to this deep dive, while yeah, circumstances matter, our internal mindset, our beliefs, our habits, they have a huge influence on where we end up financially.
Absolutely. Shifting those internal factors could be the key to moving from just getting by to actually building lasting wealth.
Which leads to a great final thought for you, the listener. Consider this what's just one small shift you could make today, maybe in a daily habit related to money, or maybe just catching yourself saying, I can't afford it, and flipping it to, how can I afford it? What's one step you could take to start building that wealthier mindset right now?